It was the kind of spring Saturday where everything felt possible, sunlight streaming through budding trees, a breeze soft enough to stir your heart, and the laughter of children filling the cul-de-sac. I had just set the deviled eggs into the cooler when my 9-year-old daughter, Lily, rolled herself into the kitchen with a grin so bright it could have powered the whole block. "Mommy," she chirped, excitement bubbling in her voice, "can I wear my new pink dress to the barbecue today?" Lily had cerebral palsy. She'd been in a wheelchair since she was 4, but her spirit was unstoppable. That dress, ruffled, sequined, a gift from her grandmother, was her princess armor. She'd been waiting for the perfect occasion to wear it, and the Maple Hollow neighborhood block party was just that. "Of course, baby," I said, kneeling to help her into the dress. "You're going to be the most beautiful girl there." We lived in what was supposed to be a warm, family-friendly neighborhood outside St. Louis. We'd moved to Maple Hollow 3 years earlier, hoping for a safe, welcoming community where Lily could thrive. But like many neatly trimmed suburban developments, beneath the perfection lurked an ugly truth. And in our case, that truth had a name: Cheryl Whitman. Cheryl, the self-appointed president of the HOA, had the kind of smile that felt like a trap. She enforced rules with an iron fist: no trash cans in view, grass no taller than 2 inches, holiday lights gone by January 2nd. But more than anything, Cheryl had an issue with anything that challenged her vision of perfection. That included us. The first time we met was 6 months after moving in. I brought Lily to a neighborhood association meeting, and Cheryl's eyes narrowed like she was sizing up a problem to eliminate. "Is that wheelchair permanent?" she asked, like it was a stain on a white carpet. I said yes calmly and walked Lily to our seats. Cheryl didn't say another word to me for the rest of the meeting. From there, the passive aggression escalated. Citations for imaginary violations, community events scheduled in non-accessible areas, and comments that barely disguised her discomfort with Lily's disability. But she had no idea who I really was. My name is Rachel Jennings. I'm not just a single mom. I'm also one of the leading disability rights attorneys in the Midwest. I'd built my career on taking down institutions that thought they could discriminate in silence. But I'd kept quiet. For Lily's sake. Until that day, Lily and I arrived at the community center a few minutes early. Colorful streamers, balloons, and the aroma of grilled food welcomed us. The smell of charred burgers hung sweet in the air, and laughter rolled from the picnic tables. It almost made me believe we belonged. "Rachel." "Lily," called out Jack Hollis, our retired neighbor. Jack had served in Desert Storm and had become a kind of surrogate grandfather to Lily since losing his own granddaughter years ago. "That dress is a showstopper, young lady," he told Lily, and she glowed. "Saved you a seat near the dessert table." For a while, everything felt normal. Kids came over to show off their painted faces. Neighbors admired Lily's dress, even the usually reserved misses. Langston from 2 houses down offered a warm compliment. Maybe I thought I'd misjudged our neighbors. Then I saw Cheryl. She stood near the registration table in designer pants and a white silk blouse, flanked by her ever-loyal entourage of rule enforcers. She wore her hair in its usual perfect bob, and as soon as she spotted Lily, her expression soured like spoiled milk. I tried to ignore her, guiding Lily to the children's area where balloon artists and face painters kept the kids entertained. "Have fun, sweetie. I'm just over there, okay?" She nodded and turned to the artist, her eyes wide with wonder. I'd barely made it 10 steps when Cheryl's voice sliced through the joy like broken glass. "Excuse me, but what is she doing here?" I turned to see her glaring at Lily, arms crossed, speaking to Pam, the event coordinator. "She's disrupting the activities with that contraption." She gestured to Lily's wheelchair like it was radioactive. Pam looked flustered. "Cheryl, she's just playing like all the other kids. It's not fair to the others. They can't run around freely with her in the way." That was enough. I walked over, heart pounding. "Is there a problem, Cheryl?" Her expression shifted to false concern. "Rachel, of course not. I just thought Lily might be more comfortable at home. These games aren't really designed for her situation." "Her situation?" I repeated, my tone icy. All around us, conversations stilled. Eyes turned. "We just don't want anyone to get hurt," Cheryl continued. "Accidents happen when you mix different abilities." And right then, like fate had a twisted sense of humor, Lily accidentally knocked a cup of soda off the table. The spill reached Cheryl's white shoes. Her gasp was theatrical. "You clumsy little brat." she snapped, storming forward. Look what you've done. Lily shrank back, her lower lip trembling. I'm sorry. It was an accident. Cheryl wasn't listening. She reached down and yanked Lily's sleeve. The sound of ripping fabric echoed louder than the music. Lily began sobbing. I saw red. Let go of my daughter, I said, my voice calm deadly. Cheryl snarled, jerking her hand back. You can't touch me. I'm the HOA president. By now, a crowd had formed. Phones were out. Jack had pushed through to stand beside Lily, his veteran's glare fixed on Cheryl. You ought to be ashamed, he said. Cheryl sneered. I want her gone. And I'm reporting you to the board. We have standards. I smiled. A slow, dangerous smile. I think you don't understand who you're talking to, I said. My name is Rachel Jennings. Senior partner at Jennings & Dean, the firm that just took down a discriminatory condo board in federal court. Her face paled. I specialize in ADA violations. And this is assault. On a minor. With a disability. I took out my phone. Detective Marshall? It's Rachel. I need an officer at Maple Hollow Community Center. Assault on a disabled child. Witnesses. Video evidence. Thank you. Cheryl backed away, stammering. You can't do this. I already have. The officer arrived minutes later. Cheryl was arrested on the spot, still protesting as the cuffs clicked around her wrists. Lily sobbed into my arms, her dress torn. Why does she hate me, Mommy? She doesn't understand you. And people often fear what they don't understand. The fallout was fast and fierce. I filed a lawsuit the next morning. As we investigated, we uncovered a disturbing pattern. Discriminatory fines against disabled residents, verbal harassment, and nearly $60,000 in embezzled HOA funds. The story went viral. News outlets picked it up. Disability rights groups offered support. Cheryl became infamous overnight. Her trial was a disaster for her defense. The footage was damning. The judge called her actions a grotesque abuse of power against a vulnerable child. She was sentenced to 6 months in jail, fined heavily, and banned from holding any leadership role in a neighborhood association ever again. Lily, in the meantime, became a symbol of hope. An adaptive clothing company designed a dress in her honor. They called it the Lily. The state passed a law expanding HOA accountability in disability rights. A year later, I was elected HOA president by a landslide. We rebuilt our community with love at the center. The torn pink dress was framed in the community center with a plaque that read, "In honor of Lily Jennings, who reminded us that kindness is strength, and courage wears every color." And every time we walk past it, Lily holds my hand and says, "That was the day everything changed, Mommy. The day we made it better for everyone." She's right. Sometimes justice doesn't come with sirens. Sometimes it arrives in a pink dress with wheels and the bravest heart you've ever known.